Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss my top 7 hotel credit cards for 2022. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm JP Knowledge, and here on this channel I like to drop some knowledge on you about personal finance, savings, and how to maximize spend. If that's something you're interested in, please subscribe down below. Now, hotel credit cards are some of my favorite credit cards out there because they're very easy to get positive value from either not even using it at all or barely using the hotel credit card. Because of this, I love to recommend hotel credit cards to people. Now, there are a lot of hotel credit cards out there, and in this video, I'm gonna go over my top 7 for 2022. And now this is my list, so you may have your own list for cards that you think are better that may not be on this list, but these are cards I think that many people can get very good value from depending on your type of situation. So if you're someone who happens to like to go at luxury hotels, I have options there. Or if you like to stay at more affordable hotels that have options all around the country, I have options there as well. So now let's go over the list, and number 7 on my list is going to end up being the Hilton Honors credit card. This card is going to have earning potential of giving you 7x on hotels and then resorts with Hilton. It's going to give you 5x on dining, 5x on groceries. It's going to give you 5x on gas. It's going to give you 3x on all other purchases. Now, what you're going to notice here on the different hotel programs is going to be variations at all different multipliers for their hotel programs. And one thing you need to understand is that it's not all created equal. So while Hilton does actually give you 5x on gas, 5x on groceries, 5x on dining, and then 7x at their resorts, the Hilton points are actually only worth about half of a cent per point. So think of it as the points you end up seeing as being more cut in half. But the reason why I actually have this card on my list is because this card has no annual fee, and the sign-up bonus for this card is that you actually end up getting yourself 80,000 Hilton Honors bonus points after you end up spending $1,000 in the first 3 months. Now, I've seen this sign-up bonus vary all different levels of being all the way up to like 100,000 and also getting you statement credits. I've also seen it give you like a free night. But if you think about even as being half of a cent per point with this card, then that means that even at this 80,000 Hilton Honors bonus points for $1,000 spent in the first 3 months, you're going to be getting somewhere along the lines of about $400 in value towards Hilton stays. Now, that's a really good value for a no annual fee card. If you look at other no annual fee cards out there that end up having $500 or $1,000 needing to spend, how many of them are actually going to give you $400 in value from hitting that sign-up bonus? So that's the reason why this card is on my list. Now, this card will also give you silver status, which is very low in the Hilton program, but just know that you're going to get that with this card. And number 6 on my list is going to end up being the Wyndham's Rewards Earner Business Credit Cards. Now, this card is going to give you 8x when you end up using this card at Windham hotels and at gas stations. So that's the reason why a lot of people actually like this card, is because this is one of the highest earning gas station cards out there. Now, you're going to get 5x back at marketing, advertisement, and utilities, and you're going to get 1x back on everything else. This card has a sign-up bonus of getting 45,000 Windham Rewards bonus points after you end up spending $2,000 in the first 90 days. Now, this card is a business credit card, so just know that before you're applying for it. Now, this card does have a $95 annual fee, but one thing to know about this card is that not only are you going to get a 15,000 bonus points each anniversary year when you end up redeeming this card, but you're also actually going to end up getting yourself diamond status with this card. Now, that's the reason why a lot of people also like this card, is because you can actually status match with this card to different programs out in Vegas. So if you're someone who actually likes to go to Vegas, this can actually end up being a very beneficial card for you, because diamond statusing with Wyndham's Earners credit card. Now, you can actually diamond status for Caesars Rewards. Now, diamond status for Caesars Rewards will allow you to get 15% off of best available rates at the hotel, no resort fees at Caesars hotels. You're gonna get yourself a $100 celebration dinner per benefit year. So this can end up giving you effectively the annual fee back, plus you also get yourself 15,000 Wyndham Rewards points. So this card ends up being a positive if you end up diamond status matching with Caesars Rewards and actually going to a Caesars hotel out in Vegas once a year. You're also going to get 20% off discount at Caesars gift shops. You're going to get yourself priority line hotel check-in status, and then you're also going to get complimentary valet parking. You can also get yourself a complimentary stay at Atlantis in the Bahamas once per year between 2 to 5 nights depending on when you go, and you also get yourself 20% off discounts for Norwegian Cruise Line vacations. So this can end up being incredibly beneficial if you end up status matching this and then going to Vegas. The reason why this is number 6 on this list is because ends up being more valuable if you end up going to Vegas. If that's something that you're not interested in doing, then this card isn't going to be as valuable for you. But Wyndham hotels are all around the country. There's so many Wyndham hotels that this card definitely can end up being very beneficial if you decide that you want to take advantage of all the perks. Now, coming in at number 5 on my list is the Chase Marriott Bomboy Boundless credit card. Now, I don't normally stay at Marriott hotels very often, but this card has an awesome sign-up bonus that I don't think that can be overlooked. You're going to get yourself 5 free night award certificates up to 50,000 points after you end up spending $5,000 in the first 3 months. So you get yourself 5 free nights for signing up for this card. And 50,000 Marriott points can actually get you staying at a decent Marriott hotel. So this can actually end up being worth up to 250,000 Marriott hotel points if you end up maxing out in 50,000 point hotels for each one of your stays. Now, when it comes to earning potential for this card doesn't have the best bonus categories. Now, you're gonna end up getting yourself, it says 17x at Marriott stays, but it's actually really 6x you end up getting from this card. You end up getting yourself the additional points from actually just being a Marriott member. Now, you actually get yourself 3x on the first $6,000 spend at gas stations, grocery stores, and dining, and you end up getting 2x on all the purchases. Now, this card has a free night award that you end up getting separate from the sign-up bonus after you end up renewing this card each year. This card does have a $95 annual fee, and the free night award certificate is up to 35,000 points. So this card can end up being a keeper card. If you end up using that free night certificate, you end up getting yourself more than $95 in value from your Marriott hotel stay. Number 4 on my list ended up being the Hilton Honors Surpass card. Now, this card is going to give you 130,000 Hilton Honors bonus points after you end up spending $2,000 in the first 3 months. This card does have a $95 annual fee, but when it comes to the bonus categories for this card, you end up getting yourself 12x at the Hilton hotel stays. You end up getting yourself 6x on dining, 6x on grocery stores, 6x on gas stations, and 3x on everything else. Now, with this card, you can actually end up getting yourself Gold status just from having this card. Now, Gold status will allow you to actually get yourself free breakfast from actually having this card. So if you get this card and stay at a Hilton hotel, know that you're going to get yourself free breakfast just from getting this card, which ends up being an awesome benefit to actually have. Additionally, you can get yourself a free night certificate with this card, but you do have to spend $15,000 in a calendar year with this card. Now, the free night certificate you can end up earning from this card can be used for almost any standard room redemption within the Hilton Honor program. So because that can actually end up being very valuable, because you're going to end up actually using it for something like the Maldives if you want to, as compared to other free night certificates from other credit cards out there, usually are capped at about mid-tier. This one is being able to be used at some of the highest tier Hilton hotels, and it's making an awesome card to have. Now, this card's also going to give you 10 Priority Pass Select complimentary visits. Coming in third place on my list ends up being the Marriott, Bomboy, Brilliant, American Express credit card. Now, the sign-up bonus for this card currently is 75,000 Marriott Bonvoy bonus points after you end up spending $3,000 in the first 3 months. So when it comes to the sign-up bonus, currently this card actually doesn't have the best sign-up bonus as compared to a number of the other ones on my list. But when you're looking at long-term, I think this card can end up being a better long-term credit card for people who actually like to stay at Marriott hotels. Now, earning potential, 6x back at Marriott hotels. You can end up getting back 3x at restaurants. You can end up getting back 3x on flights. You end up getting back 2x on all other eligible purchases. Now, this card does have a $450 annual fee, but the reason why this card ends up being third place on my list is because you end up getting yourself a $300 statement credit towards Marriott hotels. Now, this is actually going to change, I believe, in September. In September, this is actually going to change to end up being a dining credit. So you're going to end up getting $25 each month. So you're going to actually end up effectively bringing down the annual fee to $150. Additionally, you're actually going to get yourself a free night certificate at Marriott hotels up to 50,000 Marriott Bonvoy points. So if you end up looking at that, if you could actually use this card for dining throughout the year and then end up getting yourself $300 statement credit for that, you bring the annual fee down to being $150 and you end up getting yourself a 50,000 Marriott Bonvoy points certificate. Now, this can end up being valued definitely over $150. So if you're someone who actually likes to stay at Marriott hotels, this ends up seeming like a keeper card that would just make sense as long as you can end up using this card for the dining to effectively bring down the annual fee and then just stay at one Marriott hotel. This card's going to be worth it. Now, you're also going to get yourself 15 elite nights. So this is towards status. So if you are someone who's looking towards status, this card would end up being a good card to actually get for getting higher tier Marriott status. Plus, also with this card, you're actually gonna get yourself Priority Pass Select. So this is actually gonna be the reason why this card's really high on my list as well. So being able to get yourself Priority Pass just from having this card, if you don't wanna have yourself the American Express Platinum or the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you know you're gonna be staying at Marriott hotels, then knowing you can actually get Priority Pass with this card allows you to get lounge access, and also you have all the different benefits for the Marriott hotel stays. I think this card ended up being really good for that. Now, you're also going to get yourself TSA pre-check and global entry with this card. This card's going to have no foreign transaction fees. I'm not someone who stays at Marriott hotels, but I think if you are someone who stays at Marriott hotels, this can end up being the best Marriott hotel credit card for long-term stays to actually end up having. Now, I do understand that there is the Ritz-Carlton credit card out there, but since you can't apply for it, I do actually not have that card on my list. Now, coming in number 2 on my list, and this is mainly because I'm a big fan of Hyatt, but I absolutely love the World of Hyatt personal credit card. Now, this card has a sign-up bonus of giving you 60,000 World of Hyatt bonus points after you end up spending $3,000 to get your first 30,000 points, and then you end up getting another 30,000 points after you end up spending $15,000 in total. Now, when it comes for earning potential with this card, you end up getting yourself 4x back from using this card at Hyatt hotels. You end up getting yourself 9x back in total because you're going to end up being a World of Hyatt member. So that'll actually give you another 5x. You end up getting yourself 2x back on dining, 2x back on flights, 2x back at gym memberships, which is actually one that I'm actually very thankful for because there's a few gyms I'm actually a part of. So I'm happy to get added multiplier on gym memberships for that. You get 2x back on transit and commutes, and then you end up getting yourself 1x back on everything else. It says 2x back on everything else, but it's talking about the $15,000 spend. That's how it ends up doing the math. Now, additional benefits with this card is that every single time you end up spending $5,000 on this card, you end up getting yourself 2 elite nights towards status. So if you're someone who's actually looking for globalist status with the World of Hyatt program, so you need to stay 60 nights, which can end up being very hard for a lot of people. But because of this card, getting yourself 2 elite nights for every $5,000 spend is actually going to help you get there even faster. Plus, you're also going to get yourself 5 elite nights just to begin with. And this card also gave you a free 1 to 4 category certificate after you end up renewing this card. You can also get yourself another free 1 to 4 night certificate from actually spending $15,000 on this card. So if you end up actually hitting the sign-up bonus fully, you end up getting yourself 60,000 World of Hyatt points, plus you end up getting yourself a free night certificate from actually hitting that $15,000 spend. You end up getting yourself an additional 6 elite nights towards World of Hyatt status, and then you end up getting yourself a free night certificate after you end up renewing this card. I love World of Hyatt program because of how valuable the points actually are. They're very easy to redeem, and for that reason I always recommend Hyatt to people because it's really hard to end up getting bad value when you're trying to redeem your World of Hyatt points. You end up getting somewhere along the lines of about 2 cents per point. So if you end up looking at something as you see the sign up bonus for Hilton, where you end up getting yourself 130,000 Hilton points from getting the sign up bonus there, those points can end up being worth somewhere near about $700-ish because it's about half a cent per point. Whereas something like Hyatt, where you end up getting 60,000 Hyatt points, this can end up being worth about $1,200 in Hyatt stays from the sign up bonus of this card. So this is the reason why Hyatt credit card is number 2 on my list, because I'm a fan of Hyatt, and I think that when it comes to redeeming Hyatt points, you're usually going to end up getting good value from your redemptions. Now, the number 1 card on my list is the best hotel credit card out there, which is the Hilton Honors American Express Aspire credit card. Now, this card is going to give you 150,000 Hilton Honors bonus points after you end up spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. This card does have a $450 annual fee, but when it comes to the benefits you end up getting from this card is a no-brainer for anyone who wants to stay at Hilton hotels. Now, first, let's go over the bonus earnings you actually end up getting from this card. So you end up getting 14x at Hilton stays. You end up getting yourself 7x on travel, 7x on dining, and then 3x on all the purchases. Now, with this card, you end up getting yourself diamond status, which is Hilton's top tier status that you can end up getting. So that means that you're not only going to get yourself free breakfast, but you're also going to get yourself, if there are upgrades available, they're actually going to upgrade you. You can't get a higher status. So instead of trying to do all the stays at a Hilton hotel, if you decide to just get this credit card, you're already at diamond status. Now, it might not be as valuable in America, but if you end up using diamond status overseas, not as many people are diamond status, so you have a good chance of getting yourself upgrades to possible, suites and really awesome rooms. Another awesome benefit you end up getting from this card is you end up getting yourself a free night award certificate from actually having this card. So all the other cards that I've named, you actually end up getting them after you end up either doing a certain amount of spend or after you end up renewing the card. This card you're actually going to get from signing up from the card. You're also going to get it after you end up renewing it each year, but you're going to get it immediately as you actually sign up for the card, which ends up being awesome. Now, this free night certificate is just like how the Hilton Surpasses free night certificate is, where it's a weekend certificate, but you end up getting to use it at almost any standard hotel stay within the Hilton Honors program. Now, on top of that, you also get yourself a $250 resort statement credit. So you do have to stay at a Hilton resort to actually end up getting this credit. It can't just be at any Hilton hotel, but there are a lot of Hilton resorts. If you end up Googling Hilton resorts, you'll end up being like, oh, okay, there's a lot of these hotels that I actually love to stay at. And then knowing I can end up getting myself a $250 statement credit from that is going to be awesome. Now, additionally, on top of the weekend free night certificate and the $250 resort fee statement credit, you are also going to get yourself $250 in airline free credit. Now, this is supposed to be used towards things like incidentals and checked bags, but there are many different ways to actually use this credit. So if you end up looking at those 2 credits, you're going to end up getting yourself $500 in credit and a free night certificate for a $450 annual fee card. Plus, you also get yourself diamond status, which is going to give yourself free breakfast along with the ability to get yourself suite or other upgrades with it for your room. This card is a no-brainer for anyone who actually stays at Hilton hotels. It's just an awesome Hilton credit card, an awesome hotel credit card, the best hotel credit card out there. Now you also get yourself Priority Pass Select. There's no foreign transaction fees, and there's a $100 property credit you can end up using at Waldorf Astoria and Conrad's. But those hotels are incredibly expensive. Just know that beforehand. But if you actually can't end up using it, that's another $100 credit. This card has so many awesome credits and so many awesome benefits I end up going with this, that this card is in another level above all other hotel credit cards. But that is my list of the best 7 hotel credit cards that I think you can be able to get for 2022. Let me know in the comment section down below which one you actually think is the best hotel credit card and which one you actually feel is your favorite hotel credit card. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you do have any questions, also drop this down in the comment section down below. I'll do the best I can to answer them. If you happen to really like this video, then please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace.